All right. Welcome to Nacogdoches, Texas. I know you've always wanted to be here. This is the oldest town in Texas, and that's why you came, clearly. My name is Andy Delgado, and I'm here to teach you how to build a 5-page website for your brand, for your business, for maybe a customer, whatever it may be. And today we're going to continue building our homepage, which is all about everything that you ever wanted to know about. Andy Taught Me How. So actually what we're doing is we're building my website for Andy Taught Me How, and I'm going to teach you everything that I'm doing to do this website. And then we have a panel on board that's going to watch and learn and ask questions and tell me I did something wrong. For example, Chip Rome last week asked me, "Why did you do that?" And I said, "Because it's the fastest way to do it." And I decided after reviewing things that I need to do it right, not necessarily the fastest way. So I'm going to eat crow and show you how to do things right instead of the fastest way. So we're going to keep building the homepage. Let me hit these quick rules and everything. No rules really. I'm just letting you know that if you're live on this video, I'm going to replay this video on YouTube, maybe other social media accounts, so that if you are on this video, I'm going to use your likeness. And if you don't want me to use your likeness, then hide your face. That's it. Results are not guaranteed. Just because you build a super amazing web page doesn't mean that you're going to get all the traffic because you have to promote it. We're going to talk about that too. So you can follow this build. That's the wrong page. Well, you can get there. Let me. All right. I should have put that in different. No big deal. All right. You can follow this build by going to andytaughtmehow.com/home. Actually, if you go to andydelgado.com/home, it will give you a link to get to the live page. I've got a better graphic for that. We may get to it later on. Also, today we are going to introduce custom CSS to make our page look better and do things better, like hover buttons, things like that, some formatting. So I have built another page that is going to show you all of the custom CSS that I'm using on the website. And you can get to that by going to andytaughtmehow.com/custom CSS. And then finally, if you are interested in seeing this, if you like what you see, please like it by hitting the thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and of course, click the notification bell and hit all so that you get notified when new videos come out. Because not all of the videos you see will be a part of this Zoom. Some may be spontaneous. For example, I've got a new video that I'm about to release to that channel that talks about how to go out and buy your domain name and attach it to your BizStackPro or Go High Level website. All right, so here we are. We are going to, this is something that we downloaded last week in case you needed it. In case you didn't get it, you can go to andydelgado.com/ATMH04. And that is our fourth worksheet that goes with building this website. Now, you don't have to have the worksheets to build the website. However, all of these things are making it easier for us to go back and refer to as we build this website. For example, before I did any of this, I designed the color scheme. Actually, with the help of ChatGPT, designed the color scheme that we're using. We designed our buttons by basing that they're going to be round. They're going to have this background. They're going to be using this font. We set up our own brand board and all those things. And we were able to do that because we had it in front of us beforehand. We were building this website with intention. Now, speaking of intention, we developed what's called the website mission statement. And what it is I help blank so they can blank without blank. And in our case, I said I help people who need a website so they can have an online presence without being overwhelmed. Now, that's a simplified version of it, but that's what I did. And finally, I went to ChatGPT and said, "Hey, build a mock-up of my website based on these colors, this graphic, what it knows about me, what I'm going to be teaching, all that kind of stuff." And this is what it did for me. It built a mock-up page with a header, a hero section, a problem section, solution section, what you're going to learn on this website, a little bit about me, and then a final CTA strip and a footer. And right now, today, we are only on the hero and header sections. We may get to the problem and solution because I went ahead and built out those graphics depending on how fast we can fly. And there we go. So let us stop building. Hold on. Let's see. Is that it? That's where we are. All right, let's get out of here. Let's stop building. Let's go, or let's stop showing. Let's stop talking. Let's go build. Excuse me. All right. We are in the BizStackPro builder. We have gone to sites on the left and websites up at the top. And the only website we have is this brand new account is Andy Taught Me How. We have one page, which was the coming soon page, which I built just to say it's coming soon. And then I built the custom CSS page, which I talked about just a few minutes ago. What that is everything that we're going to be adding to the custom CSS. So we've got a little table here that talks about the class, what it does, how to make it work, that kind of thing. And then I've actually got all of the code that I've implemented to build in this page so far. There's quite a bit, and you don't have to have all this to build your website. The good news is when you do that, then you get some amazing cool stuff. Now let's go make this happen real quick. We're going back to our homepage. Now this is exactly where we left it last week, except I added this little section right here at the top. Okay, and let me preview what that says. It's just a little scrolling note that says this page is under construction. And you said, well, Andy, everybody knows it's under construction. Well, to be honest, I had somebody say, wait a minute, this doesn't work, and this doesn't work, and this doesn't work. So I wanted to make everybody aware that it's under construction and then it's live and they can get started with us right here, right now by going to andydelgado.com/toolkit. Now, what did I do? I just added a quick section that we can hide or turn off whenever we want to as we're building. So here we go. Let's get to building. The first thing I want to talk about is I talked to Chip, and Chip said, Andy, why did you do that? And I talked to Chip about this pill. Actually, I started building this pill, and this pill is a button. So let me show you why I'm going to change it. Other than Chip said, Andy, why are you doing that? So if it's a button, if you'll watch my mouse carefully, it's a pointer right now. If I go over a button, it turns into a finger pointer, or because I'm doing something funky, a different indicator. If I go over the rest of the button, it's an I-beam, the rest of the site. When I get back over this pill that it should be just text, look at what happens. It turns back into a pointer like I can click. I don't want that. I don't want somebody to click on that thinking it's a button. So I'm going to do this the right way like Chip said I should have done in the first place. We're going to build that and we're going to do it right now. So we're going to click on the plus. We're going to add a paragraph. And in the paragraph section, we're going to use the same words and we're going to paste it in this paragraph. Now I'm going to move pretty quick. So if you are watching this on the video and you want to know what did I do, you can just pause and rewind because I'm going to go kind of quick without just turning on the turbos. All right, this is not a paragraph. For me, this is going to be the pill. All right, so here we go. We're going to style it real quick. Starting with this font needs to be bigger. And it needs to be, I'm using the light version of the font. And I'm going to bump this up to, let's say, 20. And it might be bigger. Let's go 22. All right, we'll see if that's good. Now, we know that this is a container. This width of this button is about 450 pixels, and that's what I'm going to make this down here. So let's drop down here, and we're going to change the color. It's white. That's good. The background color is going to be this deep navy. And then we're going to go do our styling on it. And it's going to take a couple of times to make sure I get it perfect. First things first, it's going to have a border and it's going to be a solid border. We're going to click on the color and use our orange gold that we like. The border side, the border width is going to be 2. Come on, 2. There we go. All right, so if we click away, you see now we've got a square gold border that's way too long, but it looks about the same width as that one. Let's go fix it. The radius, when you're wanting to make something completely round around it, the easiest way to do it is make a radius of 999 on all 4 corners. There we go. We're going to leave it center aligned. And here's the big deal. The container size, otherwise, see how big and wide it is? We don't want that to be the case. We want this to be 450. How do you know it's 450? Because I tested this. All right. Now we can also see that my step-by-step real training, the text inside of this is too big because if it's about 450, which is the same as that, I should have some edge, some padding on both sides. Let's go fix that. General. Let's take this back down to 22. There we go. Now let's look at that. Do those look the same? Pretty dang close. So I'm going to say that that pill, the one I just created, is good enough. So let's delete the other one. Say goodbye. Look at there. Chip Rome, I hope that makes you happy. I am so sorry that I tried to shortcut it and make it happen faster.
Now I
I
can
do.
sleep well.
Now you can sleep well. Now I do think that I need a little bit more space between the pill and the build a website. So let's go back here to styles and we're going to add a little margin under it. And let's go with 10. That looks pretty good. All right. The next thing I did, we did not have this logo last week. What I went and did is took one that I had and I made it transparent and I uploaded it to our multimedia, whatever you want to call it, our media repository. And so now you also see that I added a hover action on it. So that's part of our custom CSS. Now I don't have much in here. These first three items are all with that ticker that I put up and then also this scroll. Now, one other thing I've done is I added a another bit to make this a full panel. So if we hide that yellow, this whole area is what's called a full panel, a full page. Normally we would call that 100 VH. That means it's occupying 100% of the vertical height of this element. I mean of the browser window. Now I actually took a little bit off. It's actually 90 because I took off for the header up here. So that's what this is. We're taking off 10, but our whole height is 100 VH. So then I took off 10 basically because I'm assuming that that's about 10% of the height. So we took off 10%. Now, that is just in the custom CSS, oh my goodness, section, which is the paintbrush up here. The only other thing in there right now is the hover button for the this icon. All right. Now we need to go add in a whole bunch of other CSS so that we can stylize our buttons here because I like the hover action and this hover action here. So let's go get that. I'm going to go to the custom CSS page because that's where it's all at right now. And I'm going to copy all of this stuff and put it in the paintbrush. Now, it took quite a bit to develop this stuff, some trial and error, and I got to be honest, I didn't do it all on my own. I talked to ChatGPT. And between what I knew that I wanted, I talked to Chat, I typed in this case. I typed with ChatGPT and said, wait, I want to do this. I want to make these things happen. Let's develop this. And then it was a back and forth because it did some things. And I said, wait, I don't like that. And then it helped me fix it. So we're going to add all these in. And then just because we have a class in the custom CSS section, that doesn't mean it's automatically going to apply. We have to apply it to the buttons, to the objects. For example, we've already got it here because if we look at this, I've already added those classes in, ATMH button and ATMH button primary gold. The same thing goes here, ATMH. Now I did a left because I wanted to left justify. It didn't, but we're about to make it. So we've got the primary button right here and the primary gold. Now, I want this text to be left justified, and I also want a little icon here. The one that I want is actually a SVG or graphic, and I was able to do that, style it with just some CSS. So let's go look at our index here and see what we need to do. Way up at the top, we're looking for the left button primary, button blue, button icon stack. So we're going to need this one, the ATMH button stack, and then we also need the tool icon. So I'm just going to copy this And I'll show you once again how to make that apply on our page. We go down, we're under styles. I'm going to start over. Click on our button. Now we're under styles and we go scroll all the way to the bottom and go to where it says custom class. And if we're going to add a class, we can either type it in or paste it in. It does not take effect until you hit enter. Okay. Now it's going to take effect. Now look at here. We got to take this guy and make it, we got to make this one bigger. And then we're going to make this one smaller over here and make that one bigger. But we've got issues. And it's good and bad that you see these issues because I want to fix them. Now, the easiest way is let's finish our stuff and see what we've done. We've got a tool icon. Let's go add it. Excuse me. And go add it here. All right. So what it did when ChatGPT built this for us, it for some reason gave us all of this in multiple rows. And I don't want that to happen. So let's go talk to ChatGPT and say, wait a minute, something's not right. The easiest way to do when you're talking to ChatGPT is to take all of the code that it created for you and paste it in and then explain what's wrong. So I'm control Cing there. And let me drag my ChatGPT window over here and I'm in the right session. Yes, I have 4 icons on the primary CTA button. All right, so I pasted in the CSS. I'm also going to go take a picture of it to show what I'm talking about. Did I publish? Nope. All right. Oh, there we go. It did it. See, we got a hover. We have a hover on the blue. We have a hover on the gold, and there's our 4 icons. Now, here's what I want to do. I want to take a picture of this to give it to ChatGPT. So I'm going to do a screenshot and copy, and then we're going to go paste it into ChatGPT and say, hey, fix it. Okay, so it identified the problem, and it's telling me to replace just a certain part of this in my CSS with everything. So we're gonna, as soon as this whirligig finishes whirligigging, the spinning wheel of death, as soon as it finishes, and you actually also know in ChatGPT when the stop turns back to, they would go to the lines like a microphone or a speaker. All right, so we're going to copy that text and notice that it's from the button icon system, probably to the end of it. So let's go add that and replace it in our code. Come here, you. All right, we're going to go find the button icon system. Here's our button icon system. We're going to replace this. So just to make sure that I replace the right stuff, I'm scrolling down through it. I'm not deleting line by line. I'm scrolling down through it until I get through the entire section of code. All right. So that's all of the, let's go back to ChatGPT and see how far he went. Oh, he included the tool icon. So got to keep going. The play icon all the way through the play icon. Okay. Let's get back here. We're going to keep going. There's the tool icon. And there's a play icon. That's the end of it. We're going to delete that and paste in our new code and save it. Now, I should have been down further. Let's go look. There it is. Well, it took it away, but we lost our icon completely. Let's go see if he changed anything. So keep using this on the primary CTA. Button, gold, button left, button icon stuck, button tool icon. Let's go look and see. Button left, button, primary gold, icon stack, tool icon. So he broke it. How dare he? Let's go see what happened. All right, let's just go tell him what happened. I'm going to take another picture of him to show that it's gone. Do that different. All right. So I told ChatGPT that didn't work. The icon is missing. And also I noticed that the text is a line left. I mean, it's not a line left. It's actually centered. Well, some of it's a line left. Huh. Let's go look. Make sure I don't have a space there or anything. Nope. No spaces. Okay. It wants us to replace all that again. Let's look at this code a little bit, y'all. Sorry about this. Button icon system, button icon stack. Okay, let's go fix it. There we go. Now, keep an eye on the button. So as soon as I hit enter, this will change if it's fixed. Save. There we go. Well, we have a square there, but we don't have the icon. And then let me see if he said to change anything in our. Now let's go see if we got all the lists. Okay, he says we need ATMH dash button, which we have. ATMH dash button primary gold, we got it. ATMH button dash left, that's good. ATMH button stack. Oh, I lost one. Ha, let's go fix it. I need the ATMH tool icon. Now, how did I lose that? Okay, but it still didn't. It gave us a square instead of the button, instead of the tool icon. Goodness. Chip, you broke me. It's your fault. Yep. All right, let's go talk about this to him again. Okay, so notice it says add this tool icon fix or replace the current tool icon select section with this version. So what I'm going to do is copy this and replace just the tool icon section of the code. Let's go see. And the tool icon was way close to the bottom. There's the button icon. Oh, wait a minute. I think that's my fault. Button icon system. Oh, I think I messed up, y'all. Let's go see. It looks like when I pasted in some of his fixes, I didn't overwrote too much stuff. So we're going to go fix it. All right, so we're going to get this much again. There we go. The good news is when this is all said and done, you'll be able to copy the code that works if you want to use it again on your site. Replace your button icon system, tool icon, and play icon with this version. Okay, look, finally. Oh my goodness, we got it. Now we have our nice little tool icon. The only thing that's wrong is the get is not left aligned, and I don't know if I'm going to fight with that right now or not. Let's move on. I'll come back to it. So we need to continue this. We need to put an image in the back of our hero section. Because remember, let's go here and show this full screen. This is our header. I mean, this is our header up here. This is our hero section, and we have this laptop image that's a background of this entire section. So let's go add that background image real quick. So you can either add it at the section level or the row level, but I want it to be full screen. So I'm going to put it on the section level, and let's go see what we can do. This is the hero section, and we're going to do the image. We're going to go grab it. Andy taught me how. And then here's our laptop PNG. But I think, let's go upload some stuff. Upload files. We're going to go to our downloads. And then I created, we're going to need this whole folder of the WebP icons. So let's get all of these. Open. So we just created a whole bunch of icons that we're going to need, or added, uploaded a whole bunch. And then I think I created this laptop. Well, let's just use this one for now. All right. So look, we already have it. It's good to go. I don't want parallax. I think I want full center. There we go. And we can try these different ones. There's a full center. We can make it fit the width. We can make it fit the width and the height. I don't like that. It squishes it. So let's go to full center and see what we get there. All right. So look what we've got. And of course, we've got to wait. Oh, there it is. So this is what you would see when you come to this page. That's pretty clean, huh? Now I'm going to go ahead and finish stylizing these. Those were some of those icons that we just created. So let's stylize those and be finished with I think we'll be finished with the hero section. All right, so this is a step by step. We're going to replace this with those wonderful icons. This is our step by step icon. Now I created these, just so you know, I created all these in Canva and they should all be transparent background unless I messed up. Look at there, it's transparent background. Now, remember, I just put these border lines around the outside of this while we're doing this temporary. We may leave them, we may not, we may take them away. This was, uh-oh, what are we looking for? This is live training. So a tip that I can give you here is I named all of my icons the same as the topic that they're going in. So I'm going to go find the live training, which is this one. There we go. And then finally, this one's beginner friendly. Let's go get it. And it's under beginner friendly. Uh-oh. Did I not build that one? Let's go build it.
So that was not your newbie badge?
It might have been. You think?
Well, makes sense to me.
Let's go look at let's go look at this and then do a slideshow. Maybe so. Let's try the newbie. Good idea. Good catch. There we go. All right, so I'm going to take away these borders real quick and we'll see what they look like. Styles. The easiest way, if you have a border, that's not the border. It's got to be on there we go. If you have a border that you want to take away, the easiest way to do it is just to say none. And then the same thing here. Thanks, Chip, for your help on that. And then same thing here. And then let me show you one more thing I did do. I did put a dark screen on the back of this so that you would see it, because it would be hard to read this white text and maybe even the newbie icon over this effect that's going around the laptop. All right, so let's publish. That's a good looking pill there, Chip. Thank you very much. There we go. I'm going to call that done. We are finished with the hero section. Let's go see what we need to do next. All right, in this one we are building. So let's just talk about the concept of what we need. We need a row, a one item row. I mean, actually, this whole thing is going to be either, this is actually a section. So let's just call it a section. We're going to put a new section with a white background. Then we're going to do a one column row and then a four column row. Let's go make it happen. So right under here, we're going to hit the plus for the section, and it's going to be a new section, and we're going to call it full width, and then we're going to make it white. Excuse me. White. All right. And then inside of here, we need a one column row. And then under the one column, we want a four column row. So that makes it a little bit easier when you're planning what you got to do to go ahead and plan what you got to do. So we're going to do it real quick. Let's switch back to that and look at there. All right. We have just that's probably an H2. So we'll call that a subtitle. And then we have a little bar underneath it. We're going to skip the bar for now. Let's go get the subtitle. Add. This is a subheadline. Control A. And it said sound. Sound. Oh my gosh. All right. Now you can either change the text of it here by highlighting all the text inside and change it with this little icon, or you can come over here and change the whole. All right, so let's talk about the difference. If I had a whole bunch of text, let's say if I wanted just the word sound to be one color and then the rest of the entire element is a different color, that's when you would use this. Or if you want the whole thing to be covered that, you could use this. Now, it's easier if you're doing the whole thing and maybe it's a bunch of text, is to go ahead and change it here. And it's going to be our deep navy. And I even still had a typo. All right. And then what size do we want our element, our text to be? This is going to be at least 22. Let's go 24. All right. And then we want it to be, I really like heavy, but not for a sub element like that. Let's just call it bold. And then let's go see what our, maybe it's bigger. Let's see if it's bigger. Let's bring it up. We're going to make it 30. All right, so that's an H2, and we're going to confirm that. See, it says H2 here. We're good to go. All right. Did I spell familiar right with all my typoing? Yes. All right, so we've got 4 icons. So we've got an icon, and then we've got a bold, maybe whatever title for that icon, and then some paragraph text underneath it. Now we can do this bold and this paragraph text with a rich text element, and then we can put our icon above it. Now remember what we did before is we built one and then we cloned it to the other 4. We also have a little bit of just a little bit of a border between them. So what I'll do is I'll build this one and put a right side border on it, and then go across. Let's make it happen. All right, so we're gonna add an image for our icon, and then we're going to add a rich text element. And once again, y'all, the rich text is so hard to mess with because it's in a confined space. We're gonna cheat. We're gonna put two paragraphs. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and make this one. Nope. The color is going to be this guy, and then we're gonna clone it. There we go. And this is going to be, what's it gonna be? I'm gonna drag this to another screen so that I can work at the same time and just make it happen. This is gonna say you feel lost. And this is all going to be bold. This is going to be much smaller than it is here. So let's go ahead and reduce it. Maybe. And then let's go put our icon in here. This is the man who's confused. And it's blue right here. Now this is way too big. So let's go to, we can either fix that with the container size or the image under general. We're going to change this, and I'm going to bet you that it's only about 100, maybe 200 wide. Let's mess with the width. Too big. That looks better. Let me show you. This is what we're looking at right here. He might be a little bit too big, but we'll see. Also, I noticed that this, we need to take away the stuff in between it. Not the top, the bottom. We're going to set that to 0. And we're going to take this one and set it to 0 and see what it looks like first. I think I need a little bit more space there. Make it 5. And that looks pretty good. All right, so let's fix out on this right side of this column. We have a right side border, first column styles, and we have to turn off, if we don't want all 4 of them, we have to turn off this selector in the middle and make this a 1 pixel border. And it is very light, solid, very light. Let's try this guy. I think that's good. Let's clone this. Now, we did build a 4 column row. So what I'll do, since I've got a nice one going here, is I will clone it and then delete one of the existing. All right. So this one says it takes too long, and this item is a clock. General. Let's go get our clock. There it is. Why didn't somebody tell me I did that? I think I made an R there. We don't need an R. That looks good. I think my icons are probably still a little bit too big. We may reduce them a little bit more. All right, we're going to duplicate this cell and remove this one. I'm sorry, these are columns, not cells. All right, this one is going to be code. All right, y'all, last one real quick. Now, well, let me just show it and I'll do it as I go. Clone and then delete this guy. All right, so we don't need this stripe or this border on this right edge, right? We only had it between them. So let's take that border away. First things first, turn it off. Say goodbye. All right. This is going to be a quote with a thumbs down. Let's go fix it. General. There it is. Bad results. All right, y'all. Let me show you this and see what you think. This is our section. Okay. We've got 4 cards in it that don't have really borders except for the right side border, or between them, I should say. You feel lost, too much info, not sure where to start. I wonder if I can, oh, let's just look. You feel lost, too much info, not sure where to start. It takes too long. You start, stop, and never finish. It takes too long. You start, comma, stop, comma, never finish. It feels too technical. You don't want to learn complicated stuff. It feels too technical. Oh, is there a period? No, no periods. You don't want to learn complicated stuff. All right. You're not getting results. No website, no leads, no growth. I think that's good. Now, we still have a gold line to put under here, and let's just see. There is a line element. It's called a horizontal line. Do they call it divider? Yeah, they do. All right, we can call our color, that is orange. Gold, I'm sorry. How dare I? I do know that it's actually two, and then the width on that has got to be tiny. So let's go with 10%. That looks pretty good. Let me show you. So we just added this line underneath. Let's look over here. Sound familiar? And then a gold horizontal line. It's a little bit closer than that. So we're probably going to need to take in some of our bottom. Let's turn it off. That's closer. Let's take some of our top off. All right, let's look. I think that matches pretty close. All right, good to go. Let's go add another section. This is our problem section. Let's go label that. Make sure we know this is the problem. All right, before I go farther, let's fix this real quick. I did not do alt text. Alt text is important for SEO if it's important to know about what's going on. So we're going to say step by step. You have a couple of options with this. You can use this since it's SEO. Now remember the reason that you have alt text instruction. All right. Since you have SEO and alt text, since you have alt text, the people who see alt text are the people typically who have low visual, right? They're visually impaired, and they have a screen reader that's reading to them what each image says. Now, the good news is SEO also looks at that alt text, so we can use this for marketing information. For example, step-by-step instruction. I could change it. I could say easy to follow step-by-step instruction. I don't think I need to. This is going to be live video training. Live, not really. Yeah, live training, live video. And then this is going to say beginner friendly because the sign actually says newbie. Um, all right. Beginner friendly training. Same thing here. Now, if I were doing this mainly for for visually impaired people, I would say um, confused person scratching head, right? Um, maybe I will do that. I am deciding that I need to charge my. Y'all are thinking I'm making excuses. I think I need to charge my keyboard because it's skipping letters. Confused person scratching head. um, analog block image. So this would be a programmer's window. All right. And this one is thumbs down quote. All right. So we've got our alt text for all of our images so far. We don't have it on this guy. I don't know if you can do it. You can't do alt text on a background image. That's good to know. I've already done it on this logo. Andy taught me how to logo. That's where the alt text is there. Y'all, we're making it. Let's go build another section. This is a one column section, full width. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Same thing. We have a one column row, and then here we've got a five column row. You have a couple of options with this. We could build a two column row and split it right here and then add a four column row beside it. I don't think that that's necessary. Let's build this as a five column row. I may fix it differently later. We'll see. All right, so we have a new section. We have a one column row on top of a five column row. All right, there we go. I couldn't see where I was at. 5 column row. And then this column is bigger than the rest of them. Now, here's the bad news. I'm going to do this different. I already said, all right, let me explain why. In BizStackPro and Go High Level, we can't easily say that I want all of these columns to be equal in width, right? Because we can't, there's nothing anywhere that tells us how wide this is. So rather than do that and fight it, I'm going to take this away and put in a 2 column row so that I've got 1 column here and then a big column here that I can put 4 equally sized columns inside. I'm going to cheat. That's okay. We can do that. Let's go fix that. All right. So in this, we have our 1 column row right here. We're going to build a new 2 column row. Come here. There we go. Here, a 2 column. All right. And then we're going to make this a lot smaller. And then inside of this one, we're going to put a 4 column. And look, they're all the same width. I'm just making it a little bit easier on me. And then if I actually made this first column larger, then these will all shrink equally. Let me test that. See, they're all growing and shrinking equally. I like that better. Okay, here we go. Let's fix this. This one is going to be similar to this. We could copy these and change our colors. That might be the easiest thing to do. Let's try it. We're going to copy this and we're going to drag it into here. All right, it's in our first column, our first row, and we're going to change the color to, let's do it here because I said I was going to do it here. I'm going to change our color to white. Boom. We're going to take this horizontal rule, or what do they call it, divider. We're going to clone it and we're going to drag it, trying to work smarter, not harder, right? So we are already on top of it. All right, over here we have a paragraph and that's all it is. So let's just add a paragraph. All right. And inside of this, did it add? Oh, it went up here. Why did it do that? That's weird. Oh, I saw what happened. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, let's just drop it here and get rid of this. All right. Inside of here, it says, Andy taught me how. Okay. This entire paragraph is left aligned. Go to the styles. Excuse me, left. And then this. Oh, come here. Stop. All right. Clear path is a different color. It's our gold. Okay. And it looks like this text is 16 now. We might make that bigger and just see what it looks like. General. And then I'm going to make this a little bit shorter. All right, so I'm styling it the same as this. Andy taught me how it gives you a clear path. We're breaking at the letter A here, and then breaking at website. So Andy taught me how it gives you a clear path. We're breaking at the A and the website. I'm going to call that good. Okay, so here we go. We have an icon above text. So we're going to add an image. Oh my goodness. I lost my images. There it is. Image above text. And it's a paragraph. Okay, this is a checklist. Also, we have dividers between our columns here too. This is a checklist. And it's going to be a lot narrower than that. What do we do here? We made the height 100. Let's do the same thing here. Much better. We'll go ahead and fix the alt text. All right. Okay, I think that this, we need some margin on this guy. Let me show you what I'm doing here. See, we've got a little bit more space here. So I'm going to give a right margin on that text box. Let's look at 10. Let's look at 20. Let's go to 30. No, that's it. 40. Okay. And then we have on this column, we have a border, solid. Deselect that. Make this 1. And the color on this is the light. There we go. There we go. Now, if we look at this, see there's space between the text and the border right here. Oh, and also that's a dotted border. I may leave it line for now. We may change it to a dotted. I'll check it and see. All right, so follow simple and then it breaks. So let's see what we get out of that. Follow simple. Let's what size is this text? That's 14. Let's go make this 14. All right. And then we're going to put some margin on both sides of this to make it equal. So all right. So we look about the same, except this wrapped onto 3 lines. We may have to do that by hitting enter in there. We'll see what happens first. Let's go finish making this. So we are good there. This is clearly too tall. We're going to change that on all of our images. So we have 100. Let's drop that down to 80. And then we're going to do that to all of these real quick because they all look the same on our image, our mock-up. All right. So we're going to clone this now. We're ready. Come here. Clone and then delete that one. All right. This image is the laptop with a play button inside of it. There it is. General, this is actually just a laptop. Okay. Let's clone it. Oh, wrong thing. Undo. There we go. And then delete the next one. This is a globe. Oh, we went over. I'm hurrying, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, we didn't build the globe. How dare me? Yep. Let's go build a globe.
Google Images?
Um, maybe, but I want to style it exactly like I already have. So let's just look. This is it. And we're going to make it gold. And we're going to make it big. That's a good idea. But I've already started this. That's the only reason I'm doing it like this, but Golden Globe. All right, and we're going to download just that one. This is page 10. So we're going to go share, download. Hey, y'all get to see one more thing real quick. Oh, dummy. It's current page. Some people have already seen this, but just in case, we want to PNG to WebP converter. I'm going to choose my file from device, and this is going to be downloads, globe, convert. 10. Oh, come on. Let's go find another one. Oh my goodness. When I downloaded this, did I tell it transparent? Share, download. No. Golly. Let's do it again. Oh, this is where I'm at. All right, let's go get it. Upload file. Dun dun dun. Last one, y'all. Clone that one, delete that one. This is going to be the rocket. Okay, so here's another chance to learn something together again. Let's go to styles. So normally you would want all of your stuff to be aligned equally. We have an option. Either I can upper justify or top justify all of these in each column, or I can wrap it so that all three are going to have three lines. So look at the difference. These are all aligned at the top, but they have three lines. So we could do either one to make it the same. I'm okay with, let's see what happens if we top justify. So the easiest way to do that is to come to your column settings and change this 0 pixels to auto. Now, before I click it, I want you to keep your eyes right here on this. When I click auto, it's going to go up. Did somebody raise their hand? Somebody
Yeah,
chatted.
I think your computer icon is noticeably small compared to the others, especially compared to the globe.
I will look at that. Let's auto this real quick. All right, everybody watch. I'm gonna auto and it should move up. See? So the same thing. I'll do that on all of these real quick. That way they're all top justified. Auto. Same thing. And this one probably will not move. Okay. So we could do the same thing in this column. I think I will if we auto it now. And then we're going to need to give it some upper padding because I don't want this to happen the same. And that's because we've got nested columns. So I can either take this and take away the top. That's probably what I'm going to do. See? So now we're getting closer. I think that's pretty good. Let's make this, let's move this one down. And it should be about 10. That looks pretty good. Okay. This section, let's make sure we answered it right. This is the solution section. And we need to change the words here. Here, the solution. All right, let's go look, Mr. Chip. See what I did? They're all the same. It looks that way. It's just a perception issue because the base of the laptop, the keyboard part, is still right there at the edge of the frame. That's the difference. And also it looks like the stroke of this line is heavier than this. I may go find a different laptop just because you messed with me again. How dare you? Let's publish. And then let's refresh. Okay, if we compare, it looks like I've got less space here between the line and this row than I do there. I don't know. That's nitpicky. I may not need to do that. What do y'all think? The space there compared to there? Nobody's answering.
Not a big deal.
Okay. Oh, Chip, thanks for answering that in the thing. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat. Let me read that for our YouTubers that don't know what we're saying. All right. Before we started, or as we started, I remember I talked about the pill. Let's go back. I talked about this. It's called a pill. Shelly Jean said, I heard you say last week pill too. I've never heard that expression before. Is this referring to a button? So yes and no. It's really a pill. If it were a button, remember it would the pointer change like I talked about. Okay. So we're on an I-beam while we're over text. If we're on a button, it's a button. It changed to a pointer. So, all right. So, Shelly said, I heard last week you said pill too. I've never heard that expression before. Is this referring to a button? Chip said yes. Shelly said thank you. Thank you very much. Then Shelly and Steve both said they had to leave because we definitely went over time today. I'm so sorry about that. I got busy and didn't stop in one of those creative things. The good news is look how much we've done. We finished the hero section and we added two more sections. So we've got about 3 sections to go, but we're stopping today. Let me stop sharing so we can talk. Mr. Chip, thank you for helping me out with that. I will look into one thing we could do is um, so on the laptop, remember you said it was smaller, but we made those images down to 80. I could raise that image size up a bit and it would bring the laptop aspect out. So we could do that.
Yeah, I think
Um,
if you compare it to your original, you'll find that the icons look more similar to each other.
I think you're right. If I were, I guess if I were, I don't know, I could ask ChatGPT to recreate those icons for me. I don't know. All right. I think we're stopping today though. Any questions? Thank you for helping. Let's see. Curtis is here. Willie's here. You guys have any questions? I guess we're good.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Thank you, Curtis. All right, y'all. So there we go. Let me pop up my slideshow real quick just so I can answer and announce some things. Somewhere I've got a slideshow. Maybe I don't. Did I kill it? Oh, here it is. So we got through all of those. So you can follow the live build, and this is the image I meant to put at the beginning of it. So go to andytaughtmehow.com/home, and you would see that page that we just worked on live. Once again, if you want to see the custom CSS that I've used so far, it will be at andytaughtmehow.com/custom-css. And once again, the CSS effects that we've used where we added an icon on that left side button, and then we added the hover effects to the buttons. And if you would like to, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and click the notification bell and say all. That way you get notified when we add other videos. And finally, if you need to get in touch with me, you are welcome to email me at andy@andydelgado.com. And then you can message me on Facebook Messenger. If you are just piddling around on a website and don't want to go back to Facebook, you can type m.me/Andy Delgado TX, whatever you want to do. Anyway, that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comments. If you would like to get in touch with me, like I said, use any of those methods. And there we go. Thank you so much for being here today. Sorry we got a little bit bogged down in fixing the code, the CSS code. ChatGPT really helped me out there though. And that's real world problems. You guys got to see that there was an issue and we worked through it, did the troubleshooting and all that good stuff. So that's it for today. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you on the internet. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. See you later. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.